Hi, I'm Jasmin Singer.
And I'm more Rhys.
My wife.
We're
vegan environmentalists.
And brand new Rochesterians.
It's Rochester, New York.
Mm-hmm.
I am an author and editor, and my books just happen to be in front of me. They usually are. My most recent book that I wrote is Fabulous Vegan, which is like a vegan manifesto. We're vegan. You've been vegan for like 175 years.
I don't like how you said that.
We recently relocated to Rochester, New York by way of Los Angeles. And a lot of people are like, why Rochester? Then they inevitably ask about the snow. Like, Rochester is great, but it snows.
We were looking for civilization, affordable housing, and the possibility of living net zero.
Why net zero? What is net zero?
So net zero is the energy that you make equals the energy you expend. So you net no energy usage. And that's our goal. I don't know if we're ever going to exactly meet that, but we're going to get as close as possible.
We were studying the New York Times climate change map, and we wanted to be in a city that had relatively promising projections. And Rochester specifically is a climate refuge city. And what we mean by that is that some cities have fires, some cities have droughts, some cities have tornadoes. And, Rochester is not completely out of the woods, but I think the projections are heavy rain, which obviously can coexist with flooding. We were able to afford a relatively small 100-year-old house. We put insulation throughout the whole thing. We put in geothermal. Let's talk about geothermal.
So geothermal energy is basically heat from the earth, and it's something we can use to heat and cool our homes.
They drill 200 feet down holes.
No, wait a minute. They tried to drill 100 feet down, 600-foot wells. So here we have all of the wells dug for the geothermal, and they're just waiting to be connected via a trench, which is happening today. So what happens is they put what is mostly water with a little antifreeze type solution, but it's a very small percentage. So each of the wells are connected, and there's a trench bringing all of the water and a little bit of antifreeze into the house. And then the water furnace extracts heat in the winter to warm the house. And then in the summer, it does the opposite.
We also put in solar panels, which was very exciting. And we ordered triple pane windows, which is, I think, a really important aspect of this. Can you explain why?
So right now we have the original 1920s windows in our house, which are single pane. You touch them and you feel how cold the outside is. So with the triple pane, you get two different pockets of insulation, and those keep the cold from coming in, and it's really exciting.
Very exciting.
Yeah. Big changes can't happen until there is a large-scale change. So people say, well, why bother doing the individual change? And what we're seeing is that the more we do things, the more we show other people it can be done, the more they think, oh, maybe I should do it too. And there's an economy of scale with all of these projects. So if there are more and more people asking for triple pane windows, the production of that will become less expensive.
It's actually the same thing with vegan food. The more people patronize vegan companies, the more of a demand that there will be for those things. We're vegan because of the animals, but also because of the planet. Animal agriculture is one of the leading causes of greenhouse gas emissions, which is ravaging our planet. And there are alternatives. Here in Rochester, there are so many vegan-friendly restaurants, vegan restaurants. I mean, there's a vegan butcher. So it comes back to what can we do in our day-to-day to create change. There are green energy programs that you can opt into in a lot of cities that you're in. You can speak with your landlord as well about some of the incentives you might get if they switch to some more eco-friendly systems. But there's also just the day-to-day, and that's where veganism comes in. It's something that in a world where we don't have a lot of control, we know that we have control over what we eat. And making choices to eat vegan in my case all the time, but maybe for someone else it's like part of the time for now, is something that I can do in alignment with how I want to show up for the planet.
Leave nothing but footprints, take nothing but pictures. Like, I really want to live that in my everyday life.
We feel it's our moral obligation to make these choices in the ways we can, understanding that not everyone can make the same choices we're making, but if we can all make choices in the ways that we're able to, then we can create a better world.